said, empty your mind.
Hey everybody, it's Master Wanish here, and I welcome you to today's video. Before I get started, if you can, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, 1-inch punch that bell notification, and please give the video a thumbs up if you can. Yeah, just do that now, just a quick click on that thumbs up. That would be great. Show me that you're watching these videos and enjoying them, and it also helps the Google or YouTube algorithm, I believe, to get more views, so we can build up a nice Wing Chun Kung Fu community here. Now, today's video, I'm going to be talking about Bong Sao. And I'm actually going to be addressing 2 points I heard in another video, and I just wanted to make some things perfectly clear about Bong Sao. Now, I've covered this hand position in numerous lessons. I covered it individually as we just went over the hand position. I covered it when we went over the Quan Sao hand position. I covered it in the Silim Tao form. I covered it in the Chum Kiu form, and I believe I've shown it in some application as well. So we looked at Bong Sao quite a bit within some of these lessons. Now, I saw the video, I believe the gentleman's a Wing Chun instructor, and he was bringing up some points. And if you saw one of my videos and then heard his video, some questions might have gone off for good reason. And I know a lot of you guys are out there Wing Chun surfing the web, looking at all this stuff, which I think is fantastic. You know, you should be taking in everything you can, absorbing the good, throwing out the bad, and really learning from as many people as possible. I think that's wonderful, and that's the beauty of online YouTube and all these wonderful videos. You get to get a lot of content, a lot of information from a lot of different instructors. But like I said, if you saw that video and then you saw my video, some red flags or some question marks should be going off, and I want to just address those question marks. Now, this instructor brought up 2 points. One, he brought up the basically when you use Bong Sao, he said he notices, and I think he might have been talking about me because I don't think too many other people define Bong Sao the way I do, about keeping it like kind of parallel to the floor, keeping this nice and level essentially. And he said he doesn't like to keep his nice and level for 2 reasons. And once again, I'm just going to briefly explain. When we go to Bong Sao, we're coming out and then lifting this straight up, and I say you should keep this nice and level. You could put a glass of water here. This would be parallel to the floor, keeping this nice and level, wrist in your center, and this good motion here. Now, he mentioned 2 reasons that he does not like to use Bong Sao in that fashion. And I'll get into those 2 reasons, but I need to explain why I'm telling everybody to do it and keep this nice and level. There has to be some consistency, right? When we're doing something in the air, when we're doing a form, there has to be a consistent point. So when I'm telling every student how to position themselves, they can position themselves identically, and we all do the form identically together. It's not going to be you do it this way and you do it this way. That just wouldn't work. It wouldn't make sense. So when we're doing the Chum Kiu, Bong Sao comes out and up, everybody's keeping this nice and level. Now, if you were to throw a punch at me and I step across Bong Sao, Wu Sao, this being nice and level usually works wonderfully, especially if they are the same height as you. But sometimes our attacker can be bigger, sometimes they can be a little bit shorter, taller, shorter, different heights. Therefore, I would have to vary my hand position, the height of my hand position. So when we're doing Bong Sao in a form, remember that's not application. That is position, basically positioning and movement. We're learning how to bring the Bong Sao out into a good position, moving it into a good position, right? Now, if my attacker's taller, this could be raised up. If they're smaller, that could be dropped down, very simply. And one of his points was he likes to have his Bong Sao more up a little bit, because if the person's taller, it's generally gonna protect his face a little bit better. Well, like I said, if I'm in this position here and I go to Bong Sao, if they're a little bit shorter, this might come down. If they're a little bit taller, that might come up. And this might not be perfectly level to the floor. It might be a little bit down, or it might be a little bit up, depending on the height of my attacker. That is absolutely perfect. That's normal, and that's how it should be. So if that's something I hadn't made clear in previous videos, I just want to drill that in. Once again, this is just defining how to practice, keeping a good position. And in application, this does work well for most, but if they're a really tall person, you're gonna find this coming up a little bit. And if they're really kind of a little bit shorter, you're gonna bring that down a little bit, and that's absolutely normal. Now, something else he brought up was he doesn't like to keep this Bong Sao in this parallel level position, as when somebody punches, it impacts the elbow, and when it hits here and impacts his elbow, it drives back into his shoulder. So he was explaining how the impact comes in here, drives into his shoulder, and can drive his positioning back a little bit. And I mean this with all respect. I just have to say, I think this is a big misconception with a lot of Wing Chun hand positions, and using it as a block maybe rather than a deflection. There should be absolutely no impact in that fashion. At any point is your Bong Sao absorbing it from the elbow into your shoulder. The punch is coming off this ramp surface. You're here, you throw a punch, I'm stepping off the line of force, it's deflecting, I'm providing it like a ramp. There's no, and if anything, the impact would be here, and if I had to collapse into a Tan Sao or something, but there would be no impact into my shoulder. So I just think that might be a misunderstanding and the way he was taught or understanding it, and I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but that to me would just be an absolute misunderstanding, a misuse of the hand position Bong Sao. And I think all the Wing Chun hand positions across a lot of the systems are being used improperly, unfortunately. So there should be no point where this impact would come here and you felt that in your shoulder. I've never felt that. Bong Sao, I've used it, for 3 decades now. I've never had an issue. You sidestep, it comes over here. If somebody was pushing really hard here, you could then yield to a Tan Sao or something. But so the movement would be here. But if you're in good position, you don't get that collapse, right? I could even step back, but I'm not getting this impact into my shoulder from the elbow. So one, would it be higher up? Yes. Lower? Yes. But should I be getting, not going parallel ever because I'm worried about an impact here? That would be, in my opinion, absolutely something if you're doing the hand position properly, you'd never have to worry about. Because what if the person's your height and punching straight in, and this is the absolute way to do it and you're perfectly level? You have to worry about an impact. That's just not how we deal with hand positions. We deflect, we don't block. So I'm not putting Bong Sao up to block you with my elbow. My elbow's not even involved in any way, shape, or form with the connection. So when you punch, I sidestep. Let's grab this. It's coming, the punch would be coming more from here, right? I'm not absorbing it this way. I would be getting hit anyways. The punch comes, here's your punch. I'm sidestepping and it's coming here. It's deflecting off more of this part of my arm, not into my elbow. So if you saw that video, like I said, you'd probably be like, hey, Sifu Wanish said, keep that parallel to the ground, keep that nice and level. And he's saying, don't do that because of the impact. Well, if you're using it properly, there will be no impact here and it'll simply deflect off to the side. So I just wanted to make those 2 points very clear, and the use of Bong Sao. Well, once again, I know a lot of you guys are out there surfing the web, and I like to just not leave any questions, any doubt in anybody's mind. I want to answer and explain things in such a way where you understand it. It's your Kung Fu, it's not secondhand Kung Fu, and it all makes sense. If you do have any questions, I'm always up for debate, up for discussion, so feel free to leave questions down below. I'll be happy to get to them. Do me a favor, once again, hit the like button, subscribe to the video, and 1-inch punch that bell notification. Make sure all notifications are turned on so you don't miss out on any future lessons to come. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day.